Ozzy Osbourne, a name people instantly associate with rock and roll and the heavy metal scene, was born John Michael Osbourne on December the 3rd, 1948, in a working class neighbourhood in Birmingham, England. His early life was marked by hardship, but also a deep, undeniable passion for music. In this video, we take a look back at the life of Ozzy Osbourne and remember the man behind one of the most iconic rock bands of all times. Ozzy was born to Lillian, who worked at a Lucas factory, and John Thomas Osbourne, who worked night shifts as a toolmaker for the General Electric Company. He was the fourth of 6 children, with 3 older sisters, Jean, Iris and Gillian, and 2 younger brothers, Paul and Tony. The family lived in a small 2-bedroom house on Lodge Road in Aston, Birmingham. It was at school where John Osbourne gained the nickname Ozzy, and where he also struggled with dyslexia. Despite his academic difficulties, Ozzy found joy in performance, taking part in several school plays including The Mikado and HMS Pinafore. At the age of 14, Ozzy heard his first Beatles record and everything changed. He later credited the 1963 hit She Loves You as the song that inspired him to become a musician. Ozzy left school at 15 and took on a variety of jobs: construction site labourer, trainee plumber, apprentice toolmaker, car factory horn tuner and even a slaughterhouse worker. But at 17 his life took a darker turn. After being convicted of robbing a clothes shop and unable to pay the fine, Ozzy was sentenced to 6 weeks in Winston Green Prison after his father refused to pay the fine, hoping he would teach his son a lesson. In 1967, bassist Geezer Butler founded a band called Rare Breed and recruited Ozzy as a lead singer. The band only played 2 shows before disbanding, but Ozzy and Butler soon reunited in a new band called Polka Talk Blues Band. After a few lineup changes, they briefly renamed themselves Earth, but confusions with another band of the same name forced yet another change. In August 1969, inspired by a horror film playing at a nearby cinema, they settled on a new name, Black Sabbath. They noticed audiences reacted more intensely when their music had darker themes, so they leaned into it, shifting to a heavier, more blues-based sound with occult undertones. That decision would define not only their band, but the heavy metal genre itself. While recording their first album, Geezer Butler claimed to have had a disturbing experience, waking up to see a dark figure at the foot of his bed after reading a book on the occult. He told Ozzy, and the two channeled the fear into lyrics and the result with Black Sabbath, their first and defining track. Their debut album, Black Sabbath, and the follow-up Paranoid became surprise hits. Driven by heavy riffs, slow drum beats, and Ozzy's eerie vocals, the band gained massive airplay, though Ozzy joked that they didn't seem to be very popular with the women at the time. Around this time, Ozzy met Sharon Arden, the receptionist at her father John Arden's management company. Ozzy was immediately attracted to her, but didn't believe she would ever be attracted to him. When Black Sabbath hired Don Arden as their manager, Ozzy found himself seeing Sharon more frequently. On July the 4th, 1981, Ozzy and Sharon married, a date he said he chose so he would never forget their anniversary. In late 1977 and early 1978, Ozzy briefly left Black Sabbath to pursue a solo project, Blizzard of Oz, a title suggested to him by his father. The band included members from a local group that once supported Sabbath back when they were still called Earth. Though Ozzy returned to Sabbath for a time, internal tensions and a clash over recording sessions led to his dismissal. The official reason was his unreliability and excessive substance use. Rather than let it destroy him, Ozzy doubled down on his solo career and found even greater success. In the 1990s, he launched Ozfest, a touring metal festival overseen by Sharon and her son Jack, after being rejected by another of his festival's organisers. The first Ozfest took place in York, Pennsylvania on September the 20th, 1996 and became an instant hit with fans. It also provided a platform for many rising metal bands. Ozzy reached a new level of celebrity with the launch of The Osbournes, a reality TV show created by Sharon that followed the family's chaotic and often hilarious home life. Premiered on March 5, 2002, the series became one of MTV's greatest hits, running until March 21, 2005. Throughout his career, Ozzy leaned into his Prince of Darkness persona, adopting a demonic stage imagery and themes. This sparked outrage from Christian groups who accused him of promoting Satanism and corrupting youth. Ozzy denied his claims and often responded with satire, mocking its critics in his lyrics. Ozzy also struggled with tremors for many years, which he initially believed was linked to his decades of substance abuse. But in 2003, he was diagnosed with a genetic form of Parkinson's disease, requiring daily medication. In 2020, he publicly revealed the condition, stating, "I'm not dying from Parkinson's, I've been working with it my whole life." Determined to give fans a final farewell, Ozzy reunited with the original Black Sabbath lineup for a show titled Back to the Beginning. Held on July the 5th at Villa Park in Birmingham, the concert drew 40,000 fans in person and over 5.8 million via live stream. Due to the effects of Parkinson's, Ozzy performed while seated on the Black Throne. All proceeds from the show were donated to the Cure Parkinson's Trust, Birmingham Children's Hospital and Acorns Children's Hospice. Just 17 days later, on July the 22nd, Ozzy Osbourne passed away at his home in Buckinghamshire, England. On July the 30th, his funeral cortege departed from Villa Park and was greeted by crowds of mourning fans. The following day, a private funeral service was held, attended only by family and a few close friends from the music world, exactly as Ozzy had wished. Ozzy Osbourne's legacy is one of rebellion, reinvention and resilience. A troubled youth turned global rock icon. He changed the face of music and lived a life that will be remembered for generations.